brief recess until the public defender's office returns. Mr.
Man,
Branscom,
dang,
defender's
we on
office.
this shit for 2 hours, bro.
What did you just say, Mr. Branscom?
Oh, I didn't know. I thought I was on mute. Sorry. I said I've been in court for 2 hours. My bad. I'm sorry about that. I thought I was muted.
You are not.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right, court will be on a brief. Who's the Samsung SMA146U, please? Can you identify yourself so we can put you on a list of cases to be called? You're on a bus. The person on the bus, please let us know who you are. You're muted, sir, which I'm sure Mr. Branscom wish he was.
Valentino Page.
Thank you, sir. We'll put you on the list of cases to be Valentino Payne. We'll put you on the list of cases to be called, Mr. Payne.
Your last name? Court is calling 2023 CR 5382A, State of Texas versus Elizabeth Teresa Maciel. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Orlando Waite for the defense.
And are you Elizabeth Maciel?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Maciel, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Ms. Maciel, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, is there an application in this case?
There is not, Your Honor.
There was initially, Judge. We changed it to no app today, Judge.
All right, did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced at the state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility
Yes,
and up to a $10,000 fine.
yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does, Judge.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
She was, Your Honor.
Ms. Macias, has anyone threatened you? I'm sorry, Maciel, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 1.5 years in the state jail facility, concurrent with 704,510. Take in consideration grand jury number 812048, JN number 2127815. There's to be restitution, if any, to Target, located at 4522 Fredericksburg Road and Balcones Heights 78201. There's to be restitution to Patricio Esparza and cause number 720359. And taking in consideration cause number 720359. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
We filed motions, Your Honor, but we didn't go to trial, so they were not ruled upon.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 and the attachments.
No
Any
objections, Your Honor,
objections?
for purposes of the plea.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. With regards to this one filmmaking, you can't continue to blame the fact that you were in foster care on you continuing to steal. So again, we're back to the point, why are you stealing? And this is not, oh, my children asked me for something, so I've given this to them, because again, this is the case where you took a child into Target to steal for you, and you were bringing a child into your criminal organization. So why are you having a child help you steal?
I didn't have the child help me steal.
No, you did, because the 5-year-old was pushing the cart with items in it. You were not pushing the cart. You had a 5-year-old, according to this police report, you were walking in front of the shopping cart. That 5-year-old was pushing a cart that you and your friends had loaded items with past the points of sale. That's what it says here. A child was pushing the cart. You were not pushing a cart. You knew you didn't pay for the items. Why are you having a 5-year-old steal items for you and push the cart? You just said you were in foster care. So who's your mother?
Or somebody else.
All right. So why are you hanging around with a mother who is telling you to steal and get in a 5-year-old to steal? I'm sorry?
I don't,
How can you not know?
For the record, Judge, the mother was a co-defendant in this case, and she has already pled to this as well. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, yes, Judge. She received 1 year, Judge.
Yes, I know I remember this case. So, again, why are you involving children in theft?
I wouldn't involve my children, ma'am. It says that on the report, but it's not,
It's not your child?
that's not my child.
All right, so what you did then was you took an innocent child, somebody else's child, and
I
you're
went with-
involving them in theft.
I went with my mom to target just her child. And we
So
proceeded
with your mother's child, and y'all proceeded to commit a theft and involve the child in your criminal enterprise. So when are you going to stop stealing? Are you just planning on spending the rest of your life in and out of facilities
No,
because you had about bad childhood?
No, ma'am.
At some point, every tub got to sit on its own bottom. At some point, when you're an adult, it's no longer your parents' fault. Even if you had a horrible parent, it's no longer their fault. At some point, your decisions are decisions of your own making. And this 5-year-old, y'all involved in your criminal enterprise, guess what? When he becomes an adult, and if he were to start stealing at some point, he can't blame it on the mother who was a horrible mom and the sister who's a horrible sister who's getting him to commit crimes. And if you were in foster care, as you say you were, then that means that your mother was not a good parent, because otherwise you would not have been in foster care, and you probably shouldn't be hanging around with her. And if you're going to hang around with her, you should probably be being a positive influence on your siblings' lives instead of teaching them how to steal from Target. People don't like when people steal. And anything could have went south with you all stealing. Sometimes people get shot when they steal. And so because of you and your mother, a 5-year-old and the other children had to sit in a car and wait for somebody to come pick them up. And I'm sure they were sitting in the police car behind the cage window. And then everybody will be acting, oh, I can't believe the police officers put a 5-year-old in the car. When really what they should be saying, I can't believe an adult would involve a 5-year-old in criminal enterprise. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 704510. Take in consideration 812048, JN number 2127815, 720359. There is to be no contact with any target in the United States of America, overseas, or anywhere. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be restitution and no contact with Patricia Esparza and cause number 720359. There's to be restitution to the target at 4522 Fredericksburg Road, Balcones Heights, 78201. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Okay.
Going to show you what the title trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Did you review that
Yes.
with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're gonna go off the record. Here's the thing. Child Protective Services is in your life. You're old enough to know why they took you from your mom. And the fact that your mom is taking you on this criminal enterprise says she's not a good parent. She's not a good parent to you, so you probably shouldn't be hanging around with her. She's not a good parent to your siblings. So if you're going to be hanging around with your mom, it should only be for you to keep an eye on your siblings so they won't grow up to think stealing is a good job and it's an occupation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.